Hello friends, today I am going to tell you more answers of top 75 questions class 10 2021 boards. So, question 9 was A part, explain the terms implantation and placenta. Implantation, the embryo enters the uterus at the stage of the blastocyst and becomes attached to the wall of the uterus where it is to perform its subsequent development. This attachment of the blastocyst to the uterine wall is known as implantation. Second was placenta. Placenta is a temporary organ built up of maternal and fetal tissues jointly. It serves for the transport of nutrients from the tissues of the mother with those of the embryo, as well as the exchange of gases between the tissues of the two. B part is, what is the average duration of human pregnancy? The answer is, the average duration of human pregnancy is 9 months or approximately 280 days. Question number 10 is, list any 4 reasons for vegetative propagation being produced in the growth of some type of plants. Answer is, reason for adopting vegetative propagation are, the plants grown by vegetative propagation usually needs less attention in their early years than the plants grown from seeds. Second, the plants are genetically similar. Third, it helps in producing those plants which either produce very few seeds or produce such seeds which are not viable. Fourth, it can be used to produce plants that reach maturity and produce fruits and seeds faster. Question 11 is, describe in brief the role of testis, seminal vesicle, vas deferens, ureter, prostate gland in human male reproductive system. Answer is, testis. It is the main reproductive organ of male humans. Two testes located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. Since sperm formation needs a lower temperature than normal body temperature, testis produces male germ cells, male sex hormones called testosterone. Second is seminal vesicle. This is a pair of male reproductive glands present between the rectum and urinary bladder. It secretes seminal fluid, which is alkaline and neutralizes the acidity of urine and activates sperm. Third is vas deferens. It is called sperm duct. It is a long tube which joins testis with another tube named urethra coming from the bladder. The sperms formed in the testis are delivered through the vas deferens to urethra. Fourth is ureter, a pair of long, narrow, thin-walled and tubular structures that start from the hilum of kidneys, run downward and open in urinary bladder. They conduct from kidneys to urinary bladder. Fifth is prostate gland. Prostate gland is a single large lobulated gland found just below urinary bladder. This gland adds its secretion to sperm that provides nutrition to sperms. Here you see is the diagram of male reproductive system. Question 12 is, draw a diagram of a human female reproductive system and label the part that produces egg, where fusion of egg and sperm take place, where zygote is implanted, and what happens to human egg when it is not fertilized. So the answer is, the human female reproductive system which produces egg is ovary. The human female reproductive system where fusion of egg and sperm take place is fallopian tube. The human female reproductive system where zygote is implanted is uterus. Here you can see the labeled parts in the diagram of a human female reproductive system. So the next part was, what happens to human egg when it is not fertilized? Answer is, if the egg is not fertilized, then the thick and soft inner lining along with the dead egg and blood vessels of uterus gets out of the vagina in bleeding form. This process is known as menstruation. It occurs when sperms are not available in female body. Question 13 is the sex of the children is determined by what they inherit from their father and not their mother. Justify. This can be justified as follows. Male will have two sex chromosomes, that is XY, and female will have XX as their sex chromosomes. Thus, male can donate either X or Y, and female will donate only X at the time of gamete formation. Now, if X chromosome is given by male and X from female, it will form female, and if male donates Y chromosome and female gives X, then it will be male as XY is male and XX is female. Thus, we can say that sex determining chromosome is given by males, hence they are responsible for sex of the children. Question 14 is distinguish between acquired and inherited traits by giving one example of each. Why are traits acquired during the lifetime of an individual not inherited? So the answer is the changes in germ cells of the reproductive tissue of a sexually reproducing organism which can be passed on to the next generation are called inherited traits. For example, color of the eye. The changes in non-reproductive tissue of an organism which cannot be passed on to the progeny because they do not involve any change in the DNA of germ cells are called acquired traits. For example, reduction in weight due to starvation. These are the traits acquired during the lifetime of an individual and are not inherited because of lack of change in germ cells that participate in the reproduction process. Question 15 is a blue color flower plant denoted by BB is crossbred with that of white flower plant denoted by BB. State the color of flower you would expect in their F1 generation plants. B. What must be the percentage of white flower plants in F2 generation if flowers of F3 plants are self-pollinated? C. State the expected ratio of the genotype BB and BB in the F2 progeny. So the answer is the blue color flower plant is BB, white color flower plant is BB. You can see here the crossbred of BB and BB. First was A. The answer is in F1 generation all plants will have blue flower. B. In the F2 generation 25% of flowers are white in color. C. The ratio of the genotypes BB and BB in the F2 generation would be 1 BB ratio to 2 BB. Now next set of questions are of chemistry. Question 16 is explain chlor-alkali process. Answer to this is chlor-alkali process when electricity is passed through an aqueous solution of sodium chloride called brine. It decomposes to form sodium hydroxide. The process is called the chlor-alkali process. This process is taken place by electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. Question 17 is give reason to justify that aluminium oxide is an amphoteric oxide. Also give another example of amphoteric oxide. Answer to this is aluminium oxide is termed as an amphoteric oxide as it shows chemical reactivity with both acids as well as bases. In some cases, it behaves as a basic oxide and reacts with an acid to form salt and water, whereas in other cases, it reacts with a base to produce the same. Examples of amphoteric oxide other than aluminium oxide is zinc oxide. Next question is the reaction of metal X with ferric oxide is highly exothermic. Metal X is obtained from its oxide by electrolytic reduction. Identify X and write its reaction with ferric oxide. Answer to this is X. Metal X is aluminium O3 gives Al2O3 plus 2Fe. 19 is with the help of a suitable example, explain how ionic compounds these other potassium oxide Na2O. The properties of ionic compounds are these compounds are water soluble, these compounds have high melting and boiling points, these compounds conduct electricity in molten form, or in the explain in detail reaction of metal with water. Metals form respective metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas when they react with water. However, alkali metals react vigorously with water. Reaction of sodium metal with water. Sodium metal forms sodium hydroxide and liberates hydrogen gas along with lot of heat when it reacts with water. What happens if it is nitric acid? Answer 21 is acids react with most metals, and when they do, a salt is produced. But unlike the reaction between acids and bases, we do we do not get water. Instead, we get hydrogen gas. It doesn't matter which metal or which acid is used. If there is a reaction, we always get hydrogen gas as well as the salt. Hydrogen gas is not evolved when a metal reacts with nitric acid. It is because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the H2 produced to water and itself gets reduced to any of the nitrogen oxides N2O, NO, NO2. But magnesium Mg and manganese Mn react with very dilute HNO3 to evolve H2 gas. Baking soda, HCl, chlorine gas, plaster of Paris, bleaching powder and washing soda. It is used for softening of hard water. Second, it is used in the manufacture of soap. The uses of hydrochloric acid are it is used in the production of batteries, fireworks, etc. And it is also used to process sugar and make gelatin. Third, chlorine gas. It is used to treat drinking water and swimming pool water as it kills bacteria. It is a disinfectant. Fourth is plaster of Paris. It is used to precast and hold parts of ornamental plaster work placed on ceilings and cornices. B. It is used in medicines to make plaster cast to immobilize broken bones while they heal, though many modern orthopedic casts are made of fiberglass or thermoplastics. Fifth is bleaching powder. It is used as a reagent in the preparation of chloroform. It is used as trees. Sixth, washing soda. Used in glass, soap, paper industries. Used as cleaning agent in domestic purposes. Question 23 is give preparation reaction of baking soda, bleaching powder and plaster of Paris. Is prepared by reaction of cold and concentrated solution chloride with ammonia and carbon dioxide. Dry slaked lime, which is also known as tuna, by chlorine gas. Plaster of Paris is prepared by heating gypsum at 373 K. On heating it loses water molecules and becomes calcium sulfate hemihydrate CaSO4 dot half H2O, which is called plaster of Paris. Question 24 is what is water of crystallization? Name and format any two examples. It is the fixed number of water molecules present in one formula with formula unit of a salt, or we can say water stoichiometrically bound into crystal. For example, chemical formula of hydrated copper sulfate is CuSO4.5H2O. Crystallization. Question 25 is what is tooth enamel chemically? State the condition when it starts corroding. What happens when food particles left in the mouth after eating degrade? Why do doctors suggest to use of tooth powder, toothpaste? Answer to this is white tooth enamel is calcium affected when the pH of our mouth falls below 5.5. The bacteria present in our mouth breaks down the food particles into acids which damage our teeth by corroding them. wi- to the mouth thoroughly after eating with the tooth powder or toothpaste, which is the excess of food, is a must. Question 26 is explain double decomposition reaction. To this is a double decomposition reaction is a type of decomposition reaction in which two constituent reactants interchange positive and negative ions and form two new compounds. Example NaOH gives NaCl plus HOH. Physics. Question 27 of physics is what is meant by spectrum of white light? How can we recombine the components of white light after a prism has separated them? Draw a diagram to illustrate it. Answer to this is when white light comes out of the prism, light is spread in a fan-shaped beam. This fan-shaped beam is termed as a spectrum consisting of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red, which is shortly be known as vapor. By having two prisms inverted to each other, one can recombine the light to get white light again. Here you can see the diagram of the prism where there are two prisms kept. Question 28 is explain why do the planets not twinkle but the stars twinkle? Due to Earth, the light coming from these celestial bodies do not bend much due to Earth's atmosphere. Therefore, the light coming from our solar system's planets do not appear to twinkle like stars. Question 20 are used for danger signals. Give reason. Answer to this is the lights of red color are used for the largest wavelength of all colors. It is the least dispersed. Because of this, much of the light gets reflected back and can travel longer distances through clouds, fog, dust, etc. to effectively enter our eyes. You must learn it thoroughly. Question 30 is what is the color of the clear sky during daytime? Give reason for it. The color of the sky during daytime is blue because the molecules in the air scatter blue light more than the red light because the wavelength of the blue light is shorter than the other light. Very important. 29th and 30th question you must learn and revise thoroughly. Thank you. The next part of questions I will tell you in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and if you have any doubt, ask me through the comment box. Thank you.